Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Can you feel it happening? Because I know I sure can. We've been covering the red pilling of leftoids for many years at this point. It's a phenomenon that continues to happen more and more often, it feels like. It's exactly what I've been saying for years. The more insane the left gets, the more they act like a cult, the more hard it becomes for regular people to align themselves with these absolute fanatics on the left, the more people are going to be defecting. Whether they're defecting by choice or whether they're simply being pushed towards the right like we keep seeing. You disagree with the idea of zero restrictions on abortion, and I mean zero restrictions all the way up to 9 months, well then you're a fascist right-winger. You're essentially a conservative, and you get exiled. That's what we keep seeing on so many of these core issues. Of course, we just covered how Anna Kasparian now is supposedly a right-winger and TYT is a pipeline to the right. Well, now the latest example, a Democrat state representative has been met with so much backlash and so much vitriol over a totally benign opinion on Black Lives Matter, race issues, and her policy stance on those issues. It's gotten so hateful and vitriolic that she's officially put her hands up and said, you know what? Screw it. I'm now a Republican. It keeps happening, and here's another example. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let me introduce to you Representative Mesha Mainor. Well, she's going to introduce herself here. My name is Representative Mesha Mainor, and today I made the decision to leave the Democrat Party. I represent a blue district in the city of Atlanta, so this wasn't a political decision for me, it was a moral one. I will never apologize for being a black woman with a mind of my own. That right there, folks, is the mortal enemy of the Democrat establishment. People actually acting by their moral compass and having a mind of their own. This right here, folks, this is the face of the Democrats' worst nightmare, and it's a trend that we're seeing become more and more popular. Let's read a little bit into this story. Georgia Democrat switches to the GOP, claiming that she was tormented and deserted by her own party. Mesha Mainor, a Democrat lawmaker from Georgia, has announced her intentions to switch to the Republican Party, stating that Democrats have exploited the African American community. Mainor, a Georgia State House of Representatives member, fell out of favor with her Democrat colleagues due to her endorsement of a recent school choice bill, is projected to officially announce her party switch. She has represented District 56 in the Georgia State House as a Democrat since January 2021. She plans to announce her switch to the Republican Party on Tuesday just before noon. She emphasized her commitment to bipartisan cooperation after her party shift, stating that she has consistently worked across the aisle to achieve results for my community and the constituents I serve. This approach won't change. When I decided to stand up on behalf of disadvantaged children in support of school choice, my Democrat colleagues didn't stand by me. Mainor explained of her decision in a statement Fox News Digital. When I decided to stand up in support of safe communities and refused to support efforts to defund the police, they didn't back me. They abandoned me. For far too long, the Democrat Party has gotten away with using and abusing the black community, she added. For decades, the Democrat Party has received the support of more than 90% of the black community, and what do we have to show for it? I represent a solidly blue district in the city of Atlanta. This isn't a political decision for me, it's a moral one. Now let's take a look, let's listen to Mesha Mainor's message in her own words.
The Democrats at the Capitol took a hard position and demanded every Democrat vote against children and for the teachers union. I voted yes for parents and yes for children, not failing schools. Some of the schools I represent have a 3% reading proficiency, or children can't do simple math. So I have a few colleagues upset with me to the point where they are giving away $1,000 checks to anyone that will run against me. I'm not apologizing because my colleagues don't like how I vote, when my community loves the fact that someone is finally sticking up for them and holding these systems accountable. Let's be real. Parents do not want their child trapped in a failing school, and they aren't frustrated with teachers. They're upset with the elected leaders that put the teachers union and donors ahead of their constituents. If you listen to the people working so hard to push me out of office, you think I actually did something wrong. But in reality, they're upset I didn't do what they demanded, like a good little girl. But it's ironic. I'll say every election year, I hear Black Lives Matter, but do they? I see every other minority being prioritized except Black children living in poverty that can't read. We'll send $1 million dollars to the border for immigrant services, but Black communities, not even a shout out. I'm sorry. I don't agree with this. I'm not backing down, and I'm actually just getting started.
You know, hopefully people are finally starting to wake up. It really is the manipulation and the abuse of the Black vote in the Black community. It goes beyond just political allegiances to the teachers' unions and failing public schools. It's actually all part of the plan. It's purposeful. Democrats want absolute allegiance and no questioning. You will listen, you will vote, and not ask questions. Your schools are failing, your communities aren't safe. Well, just vote for us because the Republicans are racist. Don't ask questions. Don't worry, everything will get better. Just vote for us. But there's no actual intention to make anything better. In fact, that's the opposite of the intention. The moment you ask that question, you're done. You're gone. It's game over. They're gonna start paying literally anybody who's gonna toe the line $1,000 to run against you, or possibly more depending on the district or seat that you're running for, because they don't want you to get in their way, to stop their plan from moving forward. And of course, what's their plan? Very simply, to keep you dumb and ignorant. They don't want inner city schools to be functioning education institutions. They don't want highly literate, intelligent, and especially financially literate constituents. That defeats the purpose. If you're self-sufficient, if you're educated, if you understand the way money works and you understand the way banks work, if you understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur, to be a professional, and how to handle money properly, how to provide for yourself, well then the Democrat Party will go extinct, because their entire shtick is that a segment of the population, and at this rate a growing segment of the population, and not necessarily based on race, but more based on social status, isn't able to achieve, isn't able to provide for themselves. Therefore, they need government to step in and do it for them. They're government reliant, and when you're government reliant, you're Democrat reliant. And that right there is the nucleus of their power. So obviously, they don't want school choice. Obviously, they don't want charter schools. They don't want to fix the problems. They want to keep subsidizing the crap, failing schools with failing math and reading proficiency, with no teaching of critical thought, no teaching of an uplifting, positive history, but rather looking back and focusing on all the negative and promoting this idea of victimhood, that because of where you were born or because of the color of your skin, you're a victim and you won't be able to accomplish anything, so why even try? You don't possess the right type of privilege. They don't want to uplift inner city communities. They want you ignorant, uneducated, focused on media and pop culture, and of course destructive gang culture, because that's how they keep you a loyal, lifelong Democrat voter. Wake up and smell the coffee. It seems like some people are, but even then, I don't think the red pill has been fully absorbed. It's worse than you think. It's all a maniacal, manipulative plot to suppress without actual force or violence. But it's oppression nonetheless. It's oppression of the mind. And it's done on purpose. The moment you get in the way, you become public enemy number one of the leftist regime. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.